So this morning, this is 21st of March 2022, and this is our weekly market review and analysis session. So right about now, we're going to take a look at some of the commodities that we should be looking out for, or some of the directional biases that we should be expecting from the markets for this particular period of time. So first of all, we're starting with AUD card. All right, and what we're seeing on AUD card right now, there was a setup that I dropped sometime last week. Yes, this was a 1:10. This was another 1:10. And the bias was that, once price broke through this trend line, we're going to be in a bearish trend, and then we could look for further entries since it was going to be a reaction from this overall zone. All right, so we saw that happen. And right about now, because all along my expectation is that price needs to retest at least somewhere around this level, all right, before we can see some really good uptrust. So basically, we're seeing the break of this trend line. I'm hoping that this zone holds all the way through to here, all right, since we've not had a higher high. So if we have a lower high around here, all right, if we have a lower high around here, then we can a lower low than a lower high, then we can definitely expect the next low to form somewhere around this other block around here, so that we can have that really strong trust back to this top here, or even further, or maybe we might see a minor reaction from here. So on the overall, my bias for AUD card is that it's a sell to buy kind of situation. So I want to see a break of structure around here first, all right, so that we can have that solid confirmation of the continuation to the downside. All right, so the next commodity we're going to take a look at is Euro AUD. I'm sorry, that was misspelled. All right, so this is Euro AUD. This is Euro AUD. I think I made this call in the Telegram group. This is a 1:10 risks to reward. I made this call in the Telegram group, indicating that once price broke through this particular level, all right, we've had this break of structure to the upside, break of trend line. We're going to see a refilling of this imbalance based on the fact that we've seen this equal lows somewhere around here, all right. So we'll see the liquidity grab come back straight to the other block, so that we can continue this extra push back up, all right. At least worst case scenario would be somewhere around here, all right, which is not really so probable. So but that's why my take profit is somewhere around there, so that I can observe whatever it is price wants to do around that spot. All right, so this is already a 1:3 thereabouts. Okay, so basically Euro AUD, we're looking for bullish continuations to the upside. All right, we're looking for some bullish market reactions. All right, so this is what we're seeing here. We've seen this equal lows. We've seen a break below those equal lows. All right, so we're just going to expect to see something in this line. All right, so that we can take our profit and expect some movements, some other directional movements. All right, so this is Euro Jpy. It's been a tricky one. I had some setups on Euro Jpy for last week, all right, but after I checked what JPY index was doing, which is the JPY basket, all right, I ended up closing out at stop loss. This was supposed to be a 1:10 risk to reward, but I had the stop loss hit. But this was a 1:5, and it played out real massively. But right now, I'm still hoping to see okay, what's going on? All right, so right now I'm hoping to see if this bearish movement is going to be sufficient as the beginning of the downtrend, or if price is going to have to come to react to this other block at the top here. All right, but all in all, my bias is that we should be seeing some reversal on all the JPY pairs, and I'm going to show you why right about now. So let's see JPY basket. All right, so this is JPY basket on the 4 hours time frame. Let's use the daily time frame. And this was from one of the classes I had over the weekend, talking about the fact that price was going to react from this level, which is what we're seeing right about now. But my overall expectation is that I want to see a reaction from maybe somewhere around here, all right, which is the point where we have this this huge trend line, and I'm expecting it to give us a really smooth reaction, probably all the way back to the top here where we have this other trend line. So it's really just price moving within this really big consolidation. All right, that's just what's happening in essence right now on the daily time frame. So we might be seeing some bullish strength over time on JPY commodities, all right, on JPY index, all right. So which means that commodities like Euro JPY, USD JPY, and the likes might be bearish, all right. Let's quickly take a look at Euro USD. All right, this is Euro USD. This is on daily time frame. I believe I dropped this setup some time ago. This was a setup that gave me roughly 1 to 48, 1 to 48 or 56. I can't really remember right now. Let's see the 4 hours time frame. This bullish setup also played out quite nice. I think that was 2 weeks ago. This was last week. I had a really smooth sell trade somewhere around here, 1:3, before we saw all of this upthrust back to the top. All right. So basically what we're seeing on Euro USD right now is, all right, before I do that, maybe we should check what DXY is looking like for the week. All right, so this is DXY for the week. On the daily time frame, we're seeing this this structure downwards, all right. But basically, I'm still expecting some bearish movement on DXY, which means that some weakness on the dollar. All right, so let's see what EXY looks like on the daily time frame too. All right, so this is EXY, and on the weekly overall, we're seeing some kind of bullish structure going on right now. All right, we're seeing some bullish, not structure per se, we're seeing some bullish reaction. This setup was dropped 2 weeks ago, and price is still reacting to it. The strength of what we're looking at right now is what's going to determine the reaction we see on Euro USD. So as far as Euro USD is concerned, we might be seeing some bullish continuation. All right, we might just get to see a sell to buy kind of structure or something along that line. All right, so we might see a drop down into a strong zone. All right, we can see a reaction down into a strong zone, another block of something like that, and then we can then expect some bullish reaction. All right, but nonetheless, the bias should be an initial sell. All right, an initial sell, then we can see maybe something like this as we come back to retest this other block or something. Although that other block has had some reaction in the past, so I will not really be banking on it as much. All right, but probably if we refine it a little further to the lower time frames, we might be able to see these as equal lows, and then a liquidity grab, and then a push back to the top. So this is basically what we're looking at the moment. That's basically what we're looking at the moment. Yeah, so let's look at GBP USD. This GBP USD on the daily time, on the 4 hours time frame. All right, and then we're seeing on this right here. Basically what we're looking at is we've seen some slight shift in structure, all right, but before I can accept this as a real setup for some bullish movement, all right, I want to see price come somewhere around this week level, all right, this week level, take out this equal lows, come down around somewhere into this week so that we can have the buy pressure resume, coupled with the fact that we already saw on the DXY that we should be expecting some buy to sell kind of structure or some buy to sell kind of schematic. So that's what we're on at the moment, all right. So this is GBP USD and we're on that level at the moment. This was a sell setup I gave last month, all right. This was a 1:10, and then price came all the way down, gave some really huge movements. So let's quickly look at USD Jpy. That seems to have been soaring for the past couple of weeks now, all right. I think 2 to 3 weeks, all right. And I had this expectation that it was going to sell to buy, all right, but we just broke through this structure and kept going. I had a stop loss hit on USD Jpy too. I was expecting a setup from here, which was supposed to be a 1:9 risk to reward, but it just didn't play out as expected. So what next for USD Jpy? Remember I said that we might be seeing some strength on the JPY index, and then we looked at DXY and we saw some possible weakness in strength, all right. So basically I think there's a zone that USD Jpy is approaching right about now, and then once that zone is reached, we can begin to expect some bearish movement. As you can see, there's this big zone here, this big order block right here, all right. So we can expect some really strong drop from here, all right. But I would like to see some lower time frame schematics, see some really tight movement before I can confirm that this is really indeed a bearish continuation, all right. So finally we're going to take a look at gold, XAUUSD. What's going on? All right, so this is gold. This is gold on the weekly time frame. Let's go to lower time frames and see what's going on. Yeah, for gold, I think I had this setup, that it was going to soar and then probably give us a reaction from here, but we didn't see that happen all through the past weeks. But still the bias is, I think the bias is still quite strong, because we only came to retest this overall high here, all right. So although I'm still going to be looking for buy entries, but I want to see price give a more discounted level, all right. I want to see a more discounted movement on gold before I can continue to work with my bullish bias, all right. So we might see some reaction from this zone. Remember, it's on the daily time frame. There's still going to be need for some lower time frame schematics and things like that. And remember, we said that the dollar is going to get weaker based on what we saw on the DXY commodity chart, all right. So basically what we're expecting from this is that we see something like a sell to buy kind of structure, all right, maybe something like this, all right, something like that at least, all right. So this is my bias for the week, all right. If you have any commodity that you would have loved me to touch and I didn't mention, you can just drop it as a comment. Let me review that for you quickly and get you the bias that you want to see, all right. So till I see you again, all right, everybody have a lovely rest of the week and God bless you.